Alright. Let us see. Where's... Okay. Here's where I last left off. Hold on, guys. There we go. Sorry, I just got done eating lunch, and my drink was, condensation on the cup. It makes a mess on the table, so I had to fix that. I put a napkin underneath the thing where it was sitting, so it should be fine. Okay. Having left town, I asked Fel to take us to a forest somewhat far away. Just as you have said, you now have the blessings of the goddess of fire, Agni, and the goddess of earth, Kasharl. That's right. When I went back to my room and I was going to give an offering to Ninrir, a lot happened. Yeah, a lot definitely happened. And I ended up getting Agni's and Kasharl's blessings, too. Not to mention their... hang on. They're small as well for reasons. Yeah, because that would definitely get some eyebrows raised if someone was able to appraise your status, and they could get the creation god's anger. So, yeah. Now I have to give them as much as I give Ninrir, which is a lot, but at least you have so much damn money now that that's not even going to be a problem anymore. I see, but is that not a good thing? You are weak, so even if they are small, having more blessings can only be good. Weak? You've gone too far. It's true, but you really should try to have a bit more tact about that. You are weak. You really have no tact, do you? But is it not the truth? Oh yeah, it's true, but... Actually, forget about that. We came here to test out the effects of those blessings. Even if they're small, since they're from elements I have an affinity for, it looks like spells will cost less magic power now, and they'll be a little more powerful. And apparently, I'll be able to use more kinds of magic. I see, so we can try that out. Or we can... I'm assuming we can try that out? Yeah, exactly. Also, Sui got a blessing from the goddess of water, Rusalka. There's a reasons for that too, but it's a normal one, same as you. What? Let me see. You're right, Sui has Rusalka's blessing. With the blessing, Sui will get even stronger. Shall we try sparring? Huh? There's no need for something like a spar. No matter how strong Sui's gotten, there's no way it'd be able to lift a tentacle against Fel, whose level is almost at the limit. What is the limit? Is it 10,000 or something? What? Stop that. No matter how strong Sui's gotten, there's no way it's a match for you. I thought he'd be a good partner to try out my strength on. No way. Sui's not a partner or anything. Even if Sui is stronger, it's still nowhere near you, Fel. Yeah, I have to agree with Makoto on this one. Sui's gotten strong, but I think it would still die at one hit with one spell on Fel, even if it was trying to hold back. I think it would still die. Please just stop. Damn these battle junkies. Wait, now's not the time for that. I need to get to testing my magic. That's the reason we came here. Sui, wake up. I woke up Sui, who was asleep in my bag. What, master? I picked up Sui, who was still a little sleepy, and explained things to it. You see, Sui got the blessing of the goddess of water. That's why you're able to use water magic now. Huh? Sui can use water magic? That's right. Yay! Woohoo! So you see, I want to see what kind of water magic you can use. Got it. Water magic. Ah, Sui can do it. A ball of water about 1 meter across appeared in front of Sui. From my experience, having a blessing means you can use most magic. That ball of water also is not just simple water. If it's made by someone with a blessing, it should be potable. Potable? Apparently, water made by mages is usually filled with impurities and therefore not safe to drink unless the user was fairly skilled. Well, we all have blessings, so even drinking mud water would have no effect on us, though. Even if that's true, I don't want to drink muddy water anyway. Then if Sui's around, there's no need to worry about water, huh? Sui will be counting on you for when we need water. Sure, just tell me if you need water at any time. Sui, what else can you do? What about taking that ball of water and making it crash over there like bang? When I looked at the water, I thought of the water ball magic and novels that shoots a ball of water at things. Sure, I'll try it. As Sui said that the ball of water put on incredible speed. Whoosh! The ball of water hit a fat tree and the water splashed everywhere as the ball lost its form. And the water ball broke the tree. Huh? What? That power! That was a pretty fat tree! Huh? 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 Whoa, the tree broke. Awesome! So cool! Sui excited, jumped out of my arms and started bouncing around. No, well, rather than awesome, it's more scary. Sui, I don't want to be hit by that. Yeah, no sparring, please. Excuse me. Ah, Master, how about this? Sui said as it reached out a tentacle and shot water out of its tip with great force. Thonk. The tree fell. Drawing nearer to the fallen tree, I saw a clean cut like it was made from a chainsaw. So this is a water cutter. Sui's gotten mega strong. All of its attacks, the acid bullet, the water ball, and the water cutter are all one-hit kills. Oh wait, it's a bit late, but I need to get Sui to understand that. Sui probably wouldn't do anything strange, but all of its attacks are very powerful. Sui, your acid bullet and water magic are both really strong, but make sure you only ever use those on monsters, okay? You should never ever use them against humans, unless if I specifically say you can against bad people. Other than that, never use your abilities against people, okay? Yeah, got it. Sui will use them against the monsters. Also, Sui will properly listen to what Master says. Sui, you're such a good child. Oh, I give her a hug. Yeah, my Sui is honest and nice. Now that it's my turn next, there's a lot to try, so it might take a while. If that's the case, well, there's a lot of magic I want to try, so it might take a little while. In the meantime, if there's a black serpent around, can you kill it? Ah, because that guy said before that he wanted one. Yeah, that. Lambert said that he'd like us to sell him a black serpent hide. Can you do it? Sure, I can do it. I would be bored otherwise. Anyway, then I will be leaving now. Ah, also I have to put up a barrier already, so do not worry. Now then, I take my leave. Got it. Thanks, Fel. Good luck. Fel must have been itching to get some exercise since he ran off immediately. Okay then, let's start with fire magic. But shooting off a fireball in the forest might cause a wildfire, so I was thinking of testing it out by changing the size of the fireball on top of my palm. First, I made a fireball of the usual size. Whoa! The fireball came out about twice as big as usual. So this is the effect of the blessing. Okay, so make one a little more restrained than the usual size and... Oh! I did it! As I continuously restrained the amount of magic power I used, the size of the fireball became smaller in response. On the other hand, as I increased the amount of magic power, the fireball grew bigger. At its largest, it was able to make the fireball a meter in diameter. Maintaining the size is a little harsh. Wow, Master, awesome! Sui, this is a fireball and it's hot, so don't get too close to it. Got it. Sui was singing my praises while watching me adjust the size of my fireball. Next is a second fireball in this hand. I created a second fireball in my other hand and tested out adjusting their size. I managed to kill 15 minutes playing around like that. Huh? I'm not tired at all. Normally, I'd definitely be all, I'm so tired, I want to sit down right about now, but I'm completely fine. So this is the Blessing's Magic Power Efficiency effect. My control over my magic power is better as well, and so is the general power of my spells. Maintaining a fireball 1.5 meters across was real tough, but it seemed like something I could use as a finisher in a pinch. Okay, yeah, you should have gotten the blessings from her, from Agni, and, what was it, Kasharo? You should have gotten those a lot sooner. You should have gotten those first, instead of Ninrir, because Ninrir is essentially useless. So, yeah, this helps you out a whole heck of a lot. Okay. What the heck? Having a blessing small is pretty damn good. Let's try Earth Magic next. First up, Stone Bullet. And I don't even know how I would even do those sounds. Several sounds rang out. Arriving at the tree I aimed at, I found 7 stones buried into this tree. 7, huh? So there's more pebbles now. And it looks like they're more powerful now since they're all buried in the tree. After that, I tried increasing the magic I poured into the spell and found that I could shoot a 30-pebble stone bullet. It's like a shotgun. This thing packs quite the punch. It looks like this could be used as a finisher when the time comes, too. There's also other magic I want to try, so let's do that, too. Stone Wall. A stone wall 2 meters wide and about 10 centimeters thick was conjured in front of me. Oh, I did it! I put in a little extra power because it was my first time trying the spell, but I guess that's what makes a perfectly sized wall, huh? I can feel a lot of magic power being drained from me. It really is different from Stone Bullet. It creates an entire stone wall, so I guess the magic it needs is just that different as well. But if I can do this, I could probably do that one thing I've always wanted to try. I want to try it, but maybe I should wait until I recovered some magic power first. Yeah, whatever you're planning on doing, you might want to rest a little bit first. Looking over my status, I saw that I had used up about half of my MP. I was feeling a little tired and also slightly hungry, so I decided to take a break while snacking on something sweet. I used my skill to buy sweet buns and other things. Sui, let's take a break. When I called out to Sui, who had started doing its own water magic training at some point, it came right over. Here, snacks. It's not mealtime, is it okay? Sui looked worried since it wasn't its usual mealtime. It's fine, but just for today, okay? Yay! Seeing that, Sui started eating. I helped myself. I had my usual canned coffee and red bean bun. Yeah, having something sweet really does hit the spot when you're tired. After resting for about an hour, I looked at my stats again. I wasn't full on MP, but I had recovered to about 90%. Sui got sleepy after eating its snack, so it was taking a nap in the bag. I made some distance so as to not wake Sui. Alright, now let's try this thing. Woo! Somehow managed it. Somehow I managed to do it through trial and error. I had suspected I'd be able to after confirming that I could use Stonewall. Do what? What were you trying to do? Are you trying to do like a hot spring or something? Or make yourself a little home or something? What I was trying to do was make a house using earth magic. That's what I thought. I only had a blessing small, so I couldn't make anything too complicated, but this would be more than enough. The house I made, it's a bit debatable if you can even call it a house, was around 10 tatami in area and completely box-shaped. It was a simple house that only had 4 walls and a roof, but it would be a big difference between having this and not having it during our travels. Fel's barriers are perfect on the defense and even repel the rain and wind, but I couldn't really calm down since they were transparent. Sleeping's the biggest problem. I know it's safe, but I still feel completely exposed, so I can't calm down. I really just want to be able to calm down and sleep between some walls. And so, in comes the house. This is more than enough to sleep in. Yeah, this can work. It takes around 2/3 of my magic to make one, though. Well, there's no way around it. If I want to relax when I sleep, I guess. At any rate, this blessing small really is putting in some work. At first I was skeptical of whether it would really make a difference, but yeah, it really does. I don't think this would be possible without it, man. I'm really glad I got this blessing small. While I was busy making a house, Fel returned. He had a black serpent gripped firmly in his mouth. Oh, so he managed to catch one. Being able to go get one right after I asked him was basically why Fel was so reliable. The black serpent was at least supposed to be an A-ranked monster, but the more I looked at it, the less I felt like that was a reality. Fel dropped the black serpent and he hunted in front of me. Thanks, Fel. I put the black serpent in my item box. What happened here? Fel asked, looking at the box house I made. I made it using earth magic. Is this kind of thing really necessary? Kind of thing? Why, you... Well, you see, I thought it would be nice to have when going to sleep on the road. But you have my barriers. Oh, that's true, but it makes him feel... I guess more at home? That is true, Fel. Your barriers repel rain and wind, and I'm really thankful to have them, but still, they're transparent. I can't calm down feeling all exposed like that when I'm trying to sleep. Is that so? For example, a favorite place or a good hunting ground, even you have at least one place you like to stay in for a long time, right, Fel? Certainly I have. So in those times, how do you choose where to sleep? Well, it would be a cave or a hollow in a huge tree, would it not? And why do you choose those places? Why? Well, that is because those places are easier to relax and rest in, of course. And that's why I made this. I see. Well, since we'd be on the road, it'd only be used once, but really, isn't it really nice to have a relaxing place to sleep? I mean, you could also leave those up, to be fair, and make little houses along the road as you go that people could stay in, you know? Looks like Fel understands, so I guess I should get to erasing this house. Something this big would definitely just be in the way if I left it here. It looks like things you make with magic can be erased with a thought because they're made out of your magic. When I made a stone wall, I was concerned about what to do with such a large thing, so I tried thinking disappear, and it smoothly crumbled to dust. Most likely only the caster could make it crumble like that. Oh, anyway, let's erase this house. Man, this is taking a weirdly long time. Fel, do you want to eat here, or should we eat after we're getting back to town? If we wait, it might be pretty dark by the time we eat, though. I am feeling fairly hungry, so let's eat here. Fel wanted to eat here, so I started cooking. Or rather, I started thinking of what I could make on short notice. I still had the fried chicken cutlet from before, so I was thinking of using that. I'll be making chicken nanban. I opened my online supermarket menu and started buying the ingredients I needed. I needed to get the vinegar for sweet vinegar tare, and let's also buy extra of the usual tartar sauce. After that, steaming rice would take time, so I should get bread instead, I think. They have hamburger buns. Let's do that. First, I need to make the sweet vinegar tare. Heat soy sauce, vinegar, and some sugar in a pan. Once the sugar has dissolved into the mixture, pass the chicken cutlet through the hot sauce so that the breading sucks in the tare. After that, just line it up on a plate and heap tartar sauce on top and the dish is done. I need to wake up Suey. Suey, food! Food? Yeah, food. Eat food. When Suey got up, I put the plate of chicken nanban in front of them. It's sour, but eating it with this white stuff is good. Indeed, this white stuff is delicious. It looks like both of them enjoyed the tartar sauce. Tartar sauce is really good after all. I put a lot too. Put the chicken nanban in between a pair of buns and add a lot of tartar sauce on top. Okay, so I'm not the only one who uses tartar sauce for something other than fish. Okay, so I'm not alone then. I took a bite out of the finished chicken nanban burger. Delicious. The chicken nanban actually goes pretty well with bread. The chicken cutlet and the sweet vinegar soaked into its breading, and the tartar sauce just hit all the right notes. So good. That looks good. Want to try this chicken nanban burger? Yes, give it to me. Suey wants some too. I made a chicken nanban burger for Fel and Suey. Eating it with bread is really nice. Yes, exactly. This combo is actually pretty good. As for Fel, he ate the hamburger in one bite. Well, given how he's eating it, he probably likes it. We returned to town after taking a small break to digest our meal. Can we stop by the Adventurers Guild? After asking Fel, we headed over to the Adventurers Guild. There was a young man working the sales window. Is Johann present? Do you need him for something? Wait a minute. Saying that, the man turned around and yelled toward the storehouse. Oh man, you've got a customer! Got it. Wait a second. Oh man, Johann's voice resounded back in response. After a little while, Johann appeared from the storehouse in the back. Oh, it's you. It's not finished yet, you know. Oh, that's not it. I have something new for you. Sorry about this. I know you're busy. Well, I'm also the reason you're busy as well. What, again? If it's you, then come over here. Oh man, Johann headed up back for the storehouse. What is it today? A black serpent. I took the black serpent out of the item box. Man, my gauge of normalcy has been breaking ever since you've come. Black serpents shouldn't just be something you can throw around. Really, I'm so sorry. I'd like the meat and the hide this time, and I'll sell the rest. Got it. I'm on pace with the black bloodhorn bowls too, so I'll give it to you along with these. Please. Okay, so now I've got a black serpent hide to give to Lambert. The timing was perfect since I had something I wanted to talk to Lambert about. Now then, let's go back to the inn. Let's see. Okay. Chapter 5. I also tried being a merchant. Today I was thinking of making food that I could stock in my item box to be cooked and eaten quickly at any time. The smell would linger and build up if I was to do it in my room, so I borrowed the inn's in our courtyard. I guess I should start with the stuff I'm stocking up. Let's start with the miso pickled orc general meat. I put some miso tare and the meat into a vinyl bag to marinate. By doing this ahead of time, it became possible to quickly cook miso grilled meat at any time. After that, I got to work on the fried foods that had been a staple lately. I separated the portions into one for frying later and the one for preparation to be fried at any time. Of course, I would be using the same two flavors as before. I used the black serpent, rockbird, and giant dodo meats and prepared half of each flavor. Because I was going to make large amounts of both flavors, I also prepared to steam some rice in the meantime. I steamed the rice after washing the grains and letting them soak in water for a little while. Since I was no longer even remotely in need of money, I went all out and bought a new stove and clay pot. I only bought one stove, along with the ones I already had. This would make 3 stoves. And it didn't seem like I'd be able to manage any more than that at once. It'd be a waste if I burned anything. So I used the 3 stoves to steam rice, and while that was happening, I continued to prepare the miso marinated meat. This was tough work since taking Fel and Suey's appetite into consideration, I'd have to make a huge amount. Oh, yeah, and if you're trying to do this for ahead of time for future meals, that's a lot. Meanwhile, I made sure to toss the entire pot with rice inside of my item box once the rice was finished steaming. With that, it was now possible to enjoy fresh rice at any time. After that, I started steaming even more rice on the 3 stoves. As for the finished rice, 2 of the pots would stay in my item box, and one of them was left over for me to make rice balls with. Ooh, finally finished all that prep. I took out one of the pots of rice that I had thrown into my item box to keep from cooling in order to make rice balls. For rice balls, I'll go with the common regular seaweed, the brown seaweed that you mix in, salmon, and baby sardines for fillings, I guess. Yuck. Buying the ingredients using my online supermarket, I continued to make more rice balls. Blech. I'm sorry, sardines. Blech. Yuck. Their shapes are a little off, but that just means they have charm. Really, I want to make these with mentaiko or something, but that's too much trouble. I have more to make after this, too. I've wanted to try this ever since I saw it on the online supermarket. What I saw was a hand-cranked mincer. They were selling it as a cooking tool, so now I can make my own ground meat. I was planning to make hamburg steak. Just like karage, I knew of basically no one who hated it. You can make it lots of different ways, after all, such as with cheese, with Japanese flavorings, or even boiled. But first, I needed to make a larger amount of ground beef. Since ground meat could be used a lot of ways, I wanted to prepare a lot of it. I started off with minced bloody horn bull. Ooh, that'd be perfect, considering that's essentially cow meat, and that's essentially hamburger meat, if you wanted to think of it like that. Fill the mincer and crank. Fill the mincer and crank. After repeating that loop countless times, I had finally made enough minced bloody horn bull meat. But it still wasn't over. Next, I needed to mince the orc general meat. Just like the bloody horn bull meat, I filled the mincer and cranked over and over again until I was done. Woo! So tired. But now I can make hamburgers. I imagine your arms are like noodles right now. But first, I need to mince these onions. There. People either have their onions on their hamburg steak raw or cooked. Personally, I'm always raw since it's less effort. My plan was to make the pork patties 60% bloody horn bull and 40% orc general. Now then, let's get to mixing the ingredients. I mixed some panko in a bowl with some milk. Then I mixed together the ground meat and onions, an egg, and some salt and pepper. After separating them into appropriately sized pieces, I lined up the patties up on the tray, wrapped the whole thing, and stored it in my item box. After repeating this several times, I had finally finished. At the end, I also tried stuffing the patties with meltable cheese. I'm actually wondering something. While he's doing all this, and he's been here in this world this whole time, I wonder what the others have been doing. I wonder if they've realized what the kingdom was doing and left, or if they have and they just don't care. Or if they're still in the dark on this. And if they've left, that's what the kingdom gets! All that was left was to cook the fried foods and patties and store them so that they could be eaten immediately at any time. After heating up the oil, I fried half of the marinated meat. I double fried it this time as well for added crisp. After I finished frying large amounts of karage, I also fried some pork and chicken cutlets since I already had the oil ready. I also tried adding cheese in the middle of the chicken cutlet. Both the pork cutlet and the cheesy chicken cutlet fried up nicely. I made a large amount of these too. Good, this is going nicely. I have the oil, might as well make that too. I opened my online supermarket and bought some frozen french fries! Oh, now you get to have fries! Oh, yummy! Since this was all unplanned anyway, I took the opportunity to get both thin cut and thick cut with skin. Fries would make a good side dish, and there was also the added benefit of being a great snack to go with beer. Agreed. I heated up an extra large portion of the fries. This should be enough for the fried stuff. Next would be the hamburg steaks. This time I was making the orthodox homemade version with ketchup and Worcestershire sauce. Pressing a little indentation into the middle of the patty, I cooked it in my frying pan. Once both sides were seared over, I added water, put a lid on the pan, and steamed it. Taking out the patty, I made the accompanying sauce. Mixing ketchup and Worcestershire sauce together and boiling for a little until they melt together completes the homemade sauce. I always used nothing but ketchup and Worcestershire, but apparently sometimes people would also put in soy sauce and sugar. That kind of thing differs between families, probably. Coating the patties with the sauce would complete the dish. I coated the cheese-stuffed patties with the same sauce as well. Right, it's done. This should tide us over for a while, at least I hope. Brrr. Oh, it's someone's stomach. Hearing a massive rumbling stomach, I turned around to see Fal waiting with drool coming out of his mouth. Oh no! Why did you do that in front of them? You knew they were going to get hungry from that! And I even cooked some meat for them to eat while I was doing this. Oh well. I gave the two of them some of the patties I've just cooked. It smelled delicious, but yes indeed, these are good. Both are nice, but the ones with the gooey stuff in the middle is better. It is, this is great. The one with the white goo in the middle is super delicious. So cheese is justice in this world too, huh? Well, I'm also in the cheese camp as well. Those were the thoughts that ran through my mind as I joined the two in having a meal out of the freshly made hamburg steaks. Ah, delicious. I worked hard today, so maybe I'll treat myself to those fries and some beer. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay. We arrived at the Adventurers Guild to receive the bloody hornbull meat and the black serpent meat and hide. Following after Oma and Johan, Val and I headed to the by now very familiar storehouse. Sui, just as always, was inside my bag. Sui took to the bag like a fish to water. It must have been very comfortable. The Guildmaster's still talking to Earl Langridge about the Mithril lizard and stuff, and hasn't come back. But the reward for the bloody horn bowls was left to me, so I'll give it to you along with the money for the materials. So the Guildmaster's still with the Earl, huh? Sorry for making things so complicated. It must be tough being in a position of power. First off, the reward for the quest is 324 gold. So next, I'll be breaking down the contents of your sale. Starting off with the bloody horn bull horns, there's a pair each for 58 heads for a total of 174 gold. Then 57 of those hides came out to 456 gold. And since you're selling us half the meat this time, that's 29 bowls worth of meat for 290 gold. And as for the black serpent you added, the poison sac, fangs, eyes, and magic stone, total 79 gold. All in all, that's 1,323 gold. The bloody horn bull's horns were materials for magic tools, and leather made from their hides were popular as bags and shoes. Now that I thought about it, Lambert had a bloody horn bull bag in his shop as well. Not to mention their meat was popular, even if it was a little pricey. Their numbers being what they were, it made sense that I made this much money. Since you've come here, bro, this guild's made an unbelievable amount of money. Usually for this amount of money, we'd have to make you wait a couple of days for it. But as it is now, we can just pay you. And he's putting bags of money on the dang thing. Old man Johann put 5 bags of money on the counter. Each bag has 300 gold in it. The smaller one here has 123 gold. Johann said, patting a smaller bag on the left. 1,323 gold, huh? Man, my income's become something unbelievable. Thanks to Fel, the big earner, I'm still going to get money for the mithril lizard, too. Ah, right, I have a message from the Guildmaster. We'll waive the butchering fees for you from now on, so keep coming back is what he says. Also, make sure to come here whenever you have monsters to sell. Free butchering, huh? Well, for now I'm all good on the meat front, so there's no plans to send Fel hunting for a while. Still, might as well have them buy it if Fel ever really wants the exercise and decides to go hunting. Oh, also, here's the bloody horn bull meat and the black serpent meat and hide you wanted. I received 28 horn bulls worth of meat and the black serpent meat and hide from Johann. The amount of meat from the bloody horn bulls was almost off-putting. I stuffed all of it into my item box. Now then, I guess I should just go back to the inn. I left the Guild of Fel and returned to the inn. On the way, we stopped by a general store to get some essentials. Fel, I'm going to be heading to Lambert's store after we go back and I make some preparations. What will you do? I will only be bored in that shed. I will be coming with you. Got it. Then I'll be in my room preparing. Wait a little. I promptly returned to my room after the conversation. Now then, recently I've basically been living at that Adventurers Guild. I'm part of the Merchants Guild too, at least in name, so I should do some merchant things every once in a while. I'd already paid my taxes to the guild since I took the trouble to be a member, so I should at least try to do something worthy of that membership. And so I was once again planning on selling things from my online supermarket here. I already had an idea of what I wanted to sell. I wasn't totally sure, but this would probably sell. What? I know you could sell salt and pepper. However, I wasn't sure just how much it would be worth in this world, so I wanted to consult with Lambert about that. It seemed like Lambert was quite the experienced merchant after all. I bought what I was thinking of with my skill. A set of 3 soap bars costing a copper and a set of 3 rose-scented soap bars costing 3 copper. I also bought a refill of shampoo with conditioner for 4 copper. Then I bought refills for shampoo and hair treatment for 5 copper each. I also bought some emergency hair masks since it looked like those might sell even if they were a bit expensive, at 8 copper. Oh yeah, I forgot to buy bottles to put this stuff in. Well, I plan to sell this as a special product, so bottles from the online supermarket should be fine. Right, now all I gotta do is move this all into the bottles and bags I bought. I took the soaps out of their packaging and put them separately into small bags. It seemed like soap already existed in this world, so it seemed to me that bar soap would be more familiar and therefore better than body wash. I was thinking of selling the 3 regular bars that cost 1 copper a little cheaper and treating the rose-scented soap as a high-class product. I swapped out the shampoo and conditioner, shampoo and hair treatment into bottles with cork lids. I had enough for 3 bottles of each. The shampoos with conditioner only required washing, so it was for casual use. Although since baths themselves hadn't been diffused to the masses, it would only be for those with a small fortune, while the shampoo and hair treatment would be a high-class product for nobles. After all, using shampoo and treatment properly produces a totally different level of silkiness and shine to hair. As for the hair mask I bought last minute, I repackaged it into a bottle I bought from the online supermarket that looked like it would store jam inside. I also was going to treat this as a special product and claim that in a pinch, this would make your hair beautiful like magic or something and sell it at a high price. Right, this should be it. I figured that these would sell, but I had no idea what price would be appropriate for them. So I thought I'd ask for Lambert's advice. I was also considering having him try them out and give his opinions. Even if I liked it, I had no idea how people from this world would react to them after all, since it was a solid bet that shampoo had never even existed until now. At any rate, I'm just going to have to bring this over and ask Lambert. Still, though, I really want to get in a bath. Even though I'd gotten used to wiping down my body with a wet towel, as a Japanese person, I really feel like I need a bath. If only I had a bath. Hello, I'm Makoto. Is Lambert here? I had arrived at Lambert's store, but unfortunately it didn't seem like he was in at the moment, and I was greeted by an employee. It seemed like the employee really remembered me as he quickly went to go and alert Lambert. Welcome, Makoto. So I have some black serpent hide that you had said you wanted before. Oh, I'm so thankful. Well, then this way. I was shown into a reception room in the back by Lambert. I sat in the chair when prompted by Lambert, and a maid promptly handed me a cup of tea. From the tea smell and taste, it was oolong. So then, will you let me see this black serpent's hide? Prompted by Lambert, I pulled the black serpent hide from my item box to show it to him. I see. This hide is beautiful, and it's in quite good shape. Lambert continued praising the black serpent's hide while praising it to high heaven, saying things like magnificent. Apparently, getting something this free of damage was rare. Since you've got something this good, I'll have to put in some effort as well. How does 50 gold for it sound? 50 gold? Just for the hide? While I was reeling in surprise, Lambert started explaining his price. Just like I told you, this hide's got very few wounds on it. If there's damage, that area becomes unusable, and it becomes increasingly harder to make things that need lots of leather, like bags. From that point, this hide has little damage, and there's almost no part of it that would go to waste. I see, so from that price becomes 50 gold. What a surprisingly large income. I'll take that price then. When I said that, Lambert pulled out 50 gold from a room in the back. 50 gold, please count it if you like. Just like a merchant, he presented it as a line of 5 stacks of 10 coins. Indeed, I have received 50 gold coins. I put the 50 coins into the sand snake wallet that I was given at this store and hadn't used yet because I thought it would be a waste. Oh, that's from our store. Yeah, I've been hesitating to use it since I thought it might be a waste, but since I got this at your store, Lambert, I figured I might as well use it for this. Yes, indeed, this kind of thing exhibits its flavor the more you use it, so it's best if you kept it in use for a long while. A wallet with 50 gold coins in it. It feels like I'm carrying a small fortune. I reined in my expression when I said it when I was about to break into a grin, remembering that I still had business with Lambert. I have something I want to consult with you about. With me? Yeah. Before that, I've come upon a large amount of bloody hornbull, so this is a gift. Before getting onto the main topic, I presented Lambert with the bloody hornbull hide I had received. Are you sure? Of course. Just as I've said, I've got a lot. It might just be to improve his mood, but giving a present makes it easier for me to ask as well. Lambert accepted with a, well then, and the conversation continued. To tell the truth, I'm also registered with the Merchants Guild, I said as I presented my Iron Rank guild card. Oh, I see. It's rare to be registered to both the Merchants and Adventurers Guilds. So what I wanted to consult with you about is whether or not something like this would sell, and if so, how much would be an appropriate price, I said as I presented the soaps and shampoos I brought with me. This soap is... Taking the cheaper soap in hand, I started explaining the products to Lambert, and as you might be able to tell from its refined scent, it's something I'd like to sell at a higher price. Lambert sniffed the soap with an interested look. This is for washing one's hair, and if you use this one, your hair will become quite silky. I think this will be very popular amongst women. When I took the shampoo and conditioner bottle in my hand and explained it, Lambert took some interest in it as well, and popped open the cork to give it a smell. This one is also for washing your hair, but it has a stronger effect than the previous one, so I'd like to give it an accordingly higher price. If you apply this one for a while and then wash it out after cleaning your hair with this one, your hair will regain its moisture and gloss, leading to a beauty anyone would surely envy. Once again, Lambert popped the cork to smell them. Lastly, my best, most special product. If one applies this after washing their hair and rinses it out after a while, any hair will become beautiful like magic. When I placed the bottle with the hair mask in it down, Lambert picked it up as well to confirm its smell. After doing so, he closed his eyes and thought for a while. I was a little on edge in anticipation of what he was going to say. Makoto, I'm really thankful that I managed to meet you. I wondered what was going on for Lambert to get so emotional like that. Actually, my and my wife's anniversary is in 2 weeks, and I was just stressing over what to get her as a present. According to Lambert, all he had for presents was a women's bag from his own store. If not that, then some sort of accessory. But then his wife made a preemptive strike and gave an incorrect pronouncement that she had enough bags and accessories. And if he were to give a bag or an accessory just as he had before, even with that edict, to Lambert the only presents to give were bags and accessories, so he'd been stressing quite a bit about what to get her. My wife's quite fond of soap, but she's been concerned about her hair as well. If I were to give her the items you just introduced to me, Makoto, there's no doubt that she'd be through the roof. Nah, I won't have to be ignored. What are you buttering, Lambert? Must be tough being married. What, was she ignoring him because he wasn't giving her good presents or something? More importantly, though, there was a part of Lambert's speech that had me interested. If she's been fond of soap, does that mean you have a bath? Even though we were of different classes, I had thought that only noble houses had baths. Yes, it was my wife's only wish that we have a bath in our house. So he does have a bath. I kind of want to see what a bath in this world looks like. And if I could buy one, I definitely would. This might be a bit rude, but could you let me see your bath? It was a bit rude to suddenly ask to see someone's bath in their house, but I was so curious that I couldn't help but try asking. Sure, that's fine. Oh, that was easy. And so we came to Lambert's bath, and what I saw was a large round brown ceramic tub that looked like one of those wooden tubs made big. But the size was enough for me to fit comfortably, so wasn't it fine? This is my house's bath. Apparently having a bath in their house was a sign that a merchant was successful, so Lambert wanted to show it off. What a wonderful bathtub. In response to my words, Lambert put on a bashful but happy face as he started telling me about it. Apparently this tub was made specially by crushing magic stones to dust and kneading it into the tub itself, and so was very expensive. People thought of this kind of bath when asked about baths when magic stones were powdered and kneaded into its construction. Doing so allowed the bath to be harder and retain heat much better. Lambert's brown tub cost 350 gold at the time, but adding colors or art would raise the already princely cost even higher. 350 gold, huh? For a bath, that sure is expensive, but still, thanks to Fel, I've got enough money to actually consider it. Or actually, I just really want a bathtub. For now, I wanted to at least look at some, so I had Lambert tell me of a place where I could buy a bathtub. Apparently, the only place to get a bathtub in this town was a large store named the Ilario Trading Company. It seemed that the store here was their main headquarters, and they had branch stores in several different towns. Since I wanted a tub, I decided to pay them a visit later. Oh, that's right, before giving it to his wife as a gift, I need to get Lambert to try them out and see how they feel. Lambert, please try this out for yourself before giving them to your wife. I'll leave you one of each, and if you approve, I'll give you a set for your wife. Also, if you would tell me how it felt to use them and give advice on how much it should cost, I'd be very grateful. Certainly, I really should try these out for myself to see if they're good enough before giving them to my wife. Yeah, you definitely don't. Lambert continued muttering, I can't even tell how mad she would get if I just handed her something weird. Lambert, you must really have it hard. Well then, I'll leave the rest to you. And so I left Lambert's shop. The only question left was how much it would be worth. The soap and shampoo and hair treatments all came in different scents, and if I wanted to throw in the recently popular non-silicone versions as well, there would be a lot of price ranges I could cover. Even if I were to put this off until later, there was no doubt that it would be a profitable product I could sell outside of salt and pepper. I'm looking forward to what Lambert thinks of it. In the inn's inner courtyard, Fel, Sui, and I had just finished breakfast and were in the middle of digesting. The inn's proprietress came over with a boy of around 12 or 13 years of age in tow. You have a guest from the Lambert Training Company. At the proprietress's words, I took a good look at the boy's face and found him familiar. It was the boy that was with Lambert when we saved them. The president says to come to the store immediately. What's happening? Why is this boy drooling? Oh, I guess he saw us eating and got reminded of the meal we treated them to on the way back to town. He's a growing boy after all. Right, then let me treat him a little more. It's a bit heavy for the morning, but this should be fine for you since you're young. I quickly roasted some miso-marinated orc general and made a rice bowl of it. The boy's eyes switched repeatedly between the bowl and my face. Boys your age don't get full no matter how much you eat, right? Here, eat it. Oh, are you sure it's okay? I made it for you. Thank you very much. Leaving these words, the boy heartily dug into his food. It's good. He sure looks happy eating that. I handed the boy some roasted green tea as he finished eating. I chose it because it seemed to be less strong in flavor, and the boy sipped on it after blowing on it to cool it down. It was very delicious, this tea as well. Truly, thank you very much. Wow, what a nice kid. The world really is harsh if a kid only 12 or 13 years old like this has to work. Don't give in. Try your best, kid. The president is still waiting. Oh, that's right. He was sent by Lambert. He told me to bring Fel and Sui, so the two of them accompanied me to Lambert's store. Following the boy and entering Lambert's store, the man himself came rushing to greet us. Makoto, you finally come. Thank God. A woman appeared from behind Lambert, who was making a relieved face. Her age was a little over 30, but she was a beauty with long olive brown hair and a curvaceous body that gave a very strong-willed impression. Dear, you've promised to introduce me, yes? Yeah. Makoto, this is my wife. Lambert's wife pushed him aside and stood in front of me. I'm Marie, Lambert's wife. Pleased to meet you. Saying that, she lifted the hem of her skirt and gave a neat curtsy. You've been taking good care of Lambert. I hope you'll do the same with me. Marie closed in on me aggressively, continuing with a, by the way, she wants the products. She wants the products. She she wants more of that. What is it? My heart couldn't help but be set aflutter being approached by a beautiful wife like this. Actually, about this product, inside of the base basket Marie was holding were the products that I had given Lambert to test yesterday. According to the two of them, Marie noticed that Lambert was exuding a really nice scent when he came out of the bath last night, and so she interrogated him about it. Lambert tried to play dumb since he was planning to give it to her as an anniversary present, but Marie just wouldn't give up. I mean, my husband was giving off such a good scent out of the bath, not to mention his hair had become all glossy and silky, even though he bragged about how his family never went bald, and he never took care of his hair because of it. There's no woman in the world who wouldn't be curious. I guess she would be curious if he came out of the bath smelling nice, especially since girls were sensitive to that sort of thing. Of course she'd think that he knew something good. And so, thanks to her incessant questioning, Lambert spilled the beans. When I tried it after hearing about it from my husband, I really was surprised. Marie excitedly started talking passionately about how nice it was to use. According to her, she used the rose-scented soap and it foamed up well and turned her skin silky smooth, and most importantly, imparted a nice scent. And the shampoo foamed up much better than her usual soap and was much more refreshing to use since it cleaned her hair better. This product is really wonderful. Marie held up the hair mask bottle as she said that. I hear you told my husband that this one makes any kind of hair pretty in one go like magic. So I had to try it. There was no way I could doubt its effects since your soap was so wonderful, and when I actually used it, Marie stroked her own hair spellbound. My dry and stiff hair that I'd always been worried about became this glossy and smooth. Marie continued to stroke her hair over and over, still spellbound. Marie, just how much do you like your hair? A lot. I was also surprised. I almost didn't recognize Marie with her hair so glossy and silky, and with a nice scent to boot. Marie's beauty has become even more polished, hasn't it? Those damn normies. So actually, yeah, so you want to buy a whole bunch for your wife, right? Makoto, please allow us to sell these in your store. Huh? My eyes went dark with shock for a moment when Lambert asked me if he could sell my products. Doesn't Lambert run a leather goods store? It seemed like completely the wrong place to sell soaps and shampoos. I understand your surprise. I also objected, but Lambert said, looking toward his wife. Are you still going on about that? You just don't understand. These will definitely sell. You can't call yourself a merchant if you left products you know will sell go to a different store. Or so Marie insisted. If we were to start selling these, not only noble ladies, but even my friends and common women would come to buy it. There's no woman who wouldn't be interested after looking at my hair. That much, huh? That's right, dear. We're a leather goods store, but these are separate matters. Just a corner of the store will be fine. Please try stocking some of Makoto's products. I see. If you don't want to sell these, I will. No, it's not like I don't want to, yeah. I see, Lambert's been whipped. I get it. I believe in you, Marie. When Lambert said that, I could hear Marie muttering under her breath, now I can secure my own share. Marie? Makoto, sir, would you please allow us to stock your product? Marie, you're really showing your hand there. Setting them aside, though, having the store sell these was better than I could even have hoped for. I didn't have a store of my own, and not having to attend to customers myself would be something that I'd be thankful for. Of course it's fine. I'm the one who wants to ask you to sell these. Thank you so much. This is good. Truly splendid, Marie said happily. What would have happened if I'd refused? She would have pestered you until you did it. Ugh, I just got the chills. One really shouldn't have underestimated the tenacity of women toward beauty. Oh, I agree. Now, let's talk about the details in the back. Prompted by Marie, both Lambert and I followed her dejectedly. Lambert, Marie, and I were seated in a parlor behind the store space. It seemed like Marie was planning on joining in on the negotiations. According to Lambert, he could not separate store space from my products right away, and was only planning on a small two-tatami area. Personally, I'd like it to be larger, but my husband wouldn't listen. He was insisting that this be determined by how well it sells. True, you don't want to have a whole entire area full of space that's being used for these products, and then they not sell, you know? You gotta wait and see, and if you get a lot of orders for them, then yes, I'd say make it bigger. Marie seemed extremely disappointed by that, but I understood Lambert's feelings on that. Not only was it a new product, but it was far removed from what he usually sold in the store. I thought it made sense that he was going to see how it sold first. If the space is going to be that small, should we narrow down the number of products? Since the store space would be limited, it might be best to start off with only 3 of the products I gave them. I gave them 2 kinds of shampoo, or 2 kinds of soap, shampoo and conditioner, regular shampoo, hair treatment, and hair masks. Which one would be best out of those? No, that's out of the question. We'll be selling all of these. Marie leaned forward and insisted vehemently. Right, dear? Losing to his wife's pressure, Lambert could only answer in the affirmative. The merchandise that Makoto has brought in is the stuff for dreams for women. Any girl who knows this would want it. What confidence. But it might be true since it was Marie saying that she actually tried them after all. I'll be telling all my friends about it myself. Of course, if they saw my hair, they'd start asking me about it before I even opened my mouth, though. Marie started stroking her own hair in a trance again as she said that. Yeah, we get that you're proud of your hair now. And as for the prices, what about 4 silver for the soap, Marie said, pointing at the cheaper soap. What? I bought it at 1 copper for 3 of them. Marie, isn't that expensive? Really, I tried using it to wash my hands, but this one foams up nicely as well, and even though it's not as good as the other one, it still leaves a nice scent in my opinion. Please think about the soap we've used until now. Not only did they not foam up well, they smell bad, and they were still 3 silver each. Is that right? It is. Thinking like that, this would sell for 4 silver. Personally, I think even that is on the cheap side. I see. Lambert's being completely dominated by Marie, I see. Well, it depends on how much Makota's willing to sell it to us for. What do you think, Makota? Me? The wholesale price, right? I'm not really sure, but maybe 50% is about right? What about 2 silver? Lambert made a surprised face when I said that. No, that's way too cheap. How about 2 silver and 5 copper? Even then, that's pretty cheap, though. What? He's fine with 2 silver and 5 copper? Of course I'm fine with it since I bought them at 3 for a copper. Okay then, please. The cheap one went for 2 silver and 5 copper. I'm making money hand over fist. As for the soap, the scent it leaves is so nice that I didn't even need perfume. Makota has said that this soap is more expensive as well, so I was thinking we could sell this one at 6 silver apiece. Dear, what do you think? I agree with you, Marie. 6 silver is good for this one. This refined scent has just that much value. Also, this will probably be very popular among nobles. I was indeed thinking that the rose-scented ones would be more expensive, but even so, they were 3 for 3 copper, and now you're telling me they're at 6 silver? And how much will you want for these? They're selling it for 6 silver, huh? Taking the last one into account, 3 silver and 5 copper is about right. What about 3 silver and 5 copper? Are you sure that's okay? Lambert asked me about it instead. But the original price of it was 3 coppers for 3 of them, so to me getting 3 silver and 5 copper was more than enough profit. Well, I nodded my head and said yes. Lambert replied with a truly thank you so much. If Lambert is thanking me for this, does that mean that even this is too favorable for them? I don't really get it, but it's no loss to me, so whatever, I guess. The talks continued and the shampoo and conditioner was set at a retail price of 7 silver and I would get 4 silver. As for the shampoo and hair treatment, since they were better used together, it was decided that they would normally be sold as a set. It would be 1 gold for a set and I would be getting 6 silver. It seemed that they were going to go with a system where the customer would only have to buy the bottle with the product inside once, and after that they just had to bring the bottle back to get refilled. They would sell the bottle at close to what it would cost to make it, and the price of that would be added to the total cost, according to Marie. As for payment for supply of the bottles, they would pay the expense for their cost. This town was basically reselling things. The difference between the cost of buying the product with my skill and selling it wholesale would come into my pocket as profit. So thinking like that, the cost of the bottles themselves wasn't much at all, but being able to bill the expenses was something to be thankful for. As for the specialty product here, in order to emphasize its prestige, we should only inform people who buy this set about it. It's something I know since I've used it myself, but it really does make your hair beautiful like magic. Taking that effect into account, this one should be 2 gold. I was this close to spitting out my tea. I mean, 2 gold? The hair mask came in a tube, and it was only 8 copper. And that tube of hair mask filled 2 of the bottles I got from my online supermarket. Breaking it down simply, that would mean 1 bottle is worth 4 copper, but then it became 2 gold. I was the only one who knew how much it cost originally, but even so, I couldn't help but wonder if it was okay to make this much off it. This effect explains itself. Those who know about it will understand. This is worth 2 gold. Marie was insistent, but still 2 gold. Not only is this product special, but the glass container it comes in is also wonderful. I took both of these things into account when judging the price. I see, but the bottle wasn't even 2 copper when I bought it. While I was still pondering whether it really was alright to charge this much for things, it was decided that with the bottle, it seems like they thought it was made to order. I will be getting 1 gold and 2 silver per bottle. Now let's sell these on a trial basis. That's fine, right, Marie? Yes. From Lambert's perspective, he only wanted to start stocking them in serious amounts after seeing how much the products would sell. That being the case, he only bought 30 of each product for the time being. Oh, by the way, I'd be grateful if both you and your wife should keep it a secret where you got these from. I was totally fine with Lambert selling these, but I wanted to avoid random merchants or nobles trying to get me to sell these to them. It would seem like more trouble than it was worth. Of course, I believe that these will sell. It will be out of the question to introduce other people to you when we could have this product to ourselves. Yes, that's right. A good source is like treasure to a merchant. There's no way we would share. Thank goodness, that takes care of one of my worries. Also, it's not like I'd be staying in this town forever, so are you all okay? Of course, when I leave, I'll prepare as much stock as I can for you. Val was going on about going to the ocean after all. With that in mind, it seemed like we'd be leaving fairly soon. That's fine, I'll be coming to buy some a few times a year. As long as I know where you'll be, at the very least, I'll be able to go there. Apparently, Lambert would travel around a few times a year to procure hides. I cannot talk today. If that's the case, then that's good for me too. Well, then I'll bring the merchandise to you tomorrow. We'll be looking forward to your arrival. It's going to get busy. I'll have to prepare stock for Lambert from now on. Assuming that I'm going to prepare the merchandise this time, if the orders get bigger, I'll have to sell them to Lambert in large bottles and have him repackage them at his own discretion. Since bottles are supposed to be a business expense, it should be fine as long as I explain it to them properly. As for the hair mask specifically, it was a specialty product, so there shouldn't be too many orders, I think. If worst comes to worst, I can just sell it to him in larger bottles and hand over the sale bottles separately and have him repackage them later. At any rate, it all depends on how they sell tomorrow. If they end up needing more, I can always just consult with Lambert and Marie. Now then, I need to stop by a general store on the way back and buy some bottles and stuff. Whew, it's over. Hang on, I gotta check this. I'm gonna go a little bit longer, because I just started reading the next part. Having finished repackaging all the merchandise to hand over to Lambert tomorrow, I muttered to myself while looking over all the rows of bottles in front of me. I've been smelling soap and shampoo this entire time. It's making me really want to just jump into a bath already. Well, when the money for the mithril lizard comes in, I do plan on looking at bathtubs myself. It's already this late? When I looked outside the window, I found that it had already started to become dark. I guess I'll head over to Fel and have dinner. Picking up the bag Sui was in, I headed for the kennel. I feel like eating something hearty today. I have the ground meat. Let's go with that since it's easy and delicious. Before that, I used my skill to buy eggplants and the tube of sweet and spicy Chinese miso I'd used before. Now then, let's get to making that ground meat and eggplant sweet and spicy Chinese miso stir fry. Leave the skin on the eggplant and cut them into around 2 centimeter squares. Cook the eggplant morsels in a frying pan with a larger amount of oil than usual until they're heated through. Then add the ground meat. I made 7-part Orc General to 3 parts Bloody Hornbull and saute until the meat changes color. Add extra large amounts of meat for Fel and Sui's portion. Add a little bit of the sweet and spicy Chinese miso mixed with water to the mixture and let the flavors get to know each other before putting in some potato starch to get rid of some of the excess water and add some thickness to the dish. After doing so, the dish is complete. Looks delicious. This would be incredibly satisfying eaten with rice, and for Fel and Sui's share, I put the stir fry on a bed of rice on their plates before giving it to them. I served them an eggplant and ground meat sweet and spicy Chinese miso rice bowl. Here you go. What a nice smell. It really is. The two of them started eating. This is great with the syrupy thing mixed in. Yeah, that's because I made it thick with potato starch so it sticks to the rice. Nice to see you guys got it. It looked like they were enjoying it, but this might not be enough for the two of them. Maybe I should bring out that cheese-stuffed chicken cutlet I made the other day. That isn't enough for you guys, right? Here, have this too. That white gooey delicious thing is in here. Wow. Sui loves this white thing. So it looks like Sui really loving that cheese. If I get some more time later, it might be worth it to make some more stuff with cheese. Seconds. Fel quickly demanded more after finishing his bowl. Sui wants more too. Sui too, I see. While I was making seconds for them, the two were happily enjoying the cheese-stuffed chicken cutlet I gave them. Here you are. I gave them their seconds. I also made sure to give them more rice this time around. Now then, I should eat too. First, a bite. The thick sauce of the stir fry wrapped around the rice, and it was divine. This really stirs the appetite. The eggplant and ground meat and sweet and spicy Chinese miso really complement each other. Especially the eggplant and miso. More of this too. Yeah, more of the cheese-stuffed chicken cutlet, right? I handed more of the cutlet to Fel. Sui wants to eat more of that thing we ate before, the cooked meat with the rice gooey thing inside. The cheese-stuffed hamburg steak, huh? The cheese-stuffed hamburg steak, right, Sui? Is that what you want to eat? Yeah, because having the white gooey stuff inside the meat is good. Man, Sui sure does love cheese. Oh no! Just a little. Thanks, Master. Wow, Sui sure is cute, isn't it? While I was cooking the cheese-stuffed patties, Fel asked for a share as well, so I ended up cooking more for the both of them. Smelling the scent of the ketchup and Worcestershire sauce made me want some as well. The patties were delicious, but I think I ate a little too much. Oh, I think we're gonna get some insight on what happened to the other heroes. I bet they're miserable! Or maybe they escaped, who knows? Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.